Good morning, students. I hope you good today. Before we start our today's session, we start with a beautiful quotations. That is, hard work is the gift of God. I mean, hard work is the best gift of humankind. With the help of hard work, we achieve anything. So, without waste of time, we continue our session. So today's session is completely based upon Preamble, the Constitution of India or Indian Constitution Preamble. Some students have little knowledge about why we study Preamble, what are the benefits and is the importance of freedom of Preamble. So this video must be helpful for that students. In a Preamble, first line describes that we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure all its citizens. This line was adopted and enacted by Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949. Next, Preamble. As we have already seen that in our previous page, uh, how preamble is mostly play a vital role in Indian constitutions. It is necessary to know about preamble in detailed way. So preamble refers to introduction or a summary of constitution which the Indian state is founded. Which the Indian state is founded. There are a lot of political thinkers who were told that preamble about this kind of type. So here two meanings given by our political scientist. One is N. Palkhiwala said that preamble or it is an identity card of the constitution. Identity card. Identity card. So why we called a preamble as a identity card? For example, without identity card, a student doesn't allow to school, college, or university. Their higher authority must be issue a all students identity card. Then he enter a school, college or university. At the same time, without identity, without primary stage, we cannot enter the whole Indian constitution. Second, K.L. Munshi told that political horoscope of the constitutions. Preamble is a political horoscope. Horoscope means astrological data. With the help of, for example, with the help of astrological data, we know our future generations. What we develop, what kind of present, future situations. We all know about astrological way. Next, historical background. Our Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru passed objective resolution on 13 December 1946 that clearly explain and detail about India's vision as a sovereign democratic republic. Sovereign democratic republic. And this was adopted the preamble to the constitution on 22nd January 1947 after 1 year. Nature of Indian state. What are the nature of Indian state? First one, sovereign. Sovereign or we call higher authority. Without authority or without higher power, we cannot call a country as a independent or a state. Point number one, independent state. independent state must be free in internal as well as external. Then we call a state as a sovereign state. Second one, no dominion of other nation. No dominion of other nation. In all, no domination means, for example, if India is ruled by American states, then India never called a sovereign state. Third, UN, or we call United Nations Commonwealth memberships. They are, if rule over India, then we never call India as a sovereign state. Yes. Second, democratic. Democratic or democracy system of government. Democracy system of government has divided into, or is divided into two types. One is the direct democracy and other is the indirect democracy. In indirect democracy, representative parliamentary democracy we have seen. Or indirect democracy, there are the ruler is elected by the people. Second, universal adult franchise. In a democratic system or indirect democracy offers the people to the age of 18, he must be entered in a political order. Third, three kinds of democracy. Democracy is divided into three types. One is political democracy, social democracy, and economic democracy. Next, explanation of three kinds of democracy. Political democracy. What we call political democracy. In a political democracy, rule is certain country is ruled by the people, political equality. In a political democratic country, that political equality must be maintained and distributed among all the after the age of 18. And the third one is cleanness in elections. In election system, they are free and fair. B. Social democracy. Social democracy, importance of complete welfare rights upon laborers. Social democracy tries to importance on how laborers are developed. Third one, economic democracy. It allows and distributes decision-making powers among three classes. One is laborer, consumers, and communities. The decision-making powers must be distributed among three classes. Next, republic. Why we call it republic, or why we use the term republic? So, republic is two categories. One is monarchy and other is republic. So, monarchy, what is monarchy? Monarchy means the head of state is must be a king or queen. And this king or queen must be a hereditary position. For example, a person, a king of that country, then future generation will become a king or queen. Republic. Then we discuss republican system. What is republican system? In republican system, the ruler is directly or indirectly elected by the people. That we call republic. Objective of Indian constitutions. So, what are the objectives of Indian constitutions? Let now three forms of justice taken from Russian Revolution in 1917. They are social, political, and economic. Social, political, and economic. In a social system, equal treatment of all citizens without social distinctions, religion, caste, sex, color, etc. Equal treatment. If a ruler that must follow the rule of social justice. In a social justice, all the persons that may become a uh, religions or not other religions or many other uh, that caste, any other sex, color, so different qualities are equally treat. They must equally treat for all citizens. Second is political justice or political system. In a political system, the political rights were distributed among every person. That we call political justice or political system. And third one is economic system. In economic system, eliminate inequality in wealth. In wealth or property, inequality should be maintained or stopped. Second is liberty, equality, and fraternity. It was taken from French Revolution in 1789. Unity among liberty, equality, fraternity, one cannot be divided from the other two. So here, liberty, equality, and fraternity must be maintained by a state. Without one, other two cannot be exist. Liberty, absence of restraint on the activities of individuals. There will be no restraint or no stop for the activities of individual, that we call liberty. Second is providing opportunities for the development of individual. We provide so many opportunities for the development of individual activities. Third one is liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. A state liberty, in a liberty of thoughts, expression, belief must be free and freedom. Next, equality. Equality means equally distribute the power among every person. So first one is absence of special privilege for any special sections. We cannot give a special privilege for any other class or society, or we call community. The equality should must be maintained from one to another. Secondly, provision of adequate opportunity for all individual without any discrimination. Without any discrimination, without any inequalities, all persons should adequate or sufficient opportunity. They must take sufficient opportunity, that we call equality. And third is equality of status of opportunity. The most every person's where must be find equal opportunity. Then dimension of equalities. In our constitutions, civil equality based on or full detail about in fundamental rights, article 14 to 18, political rights in article 23, 25 to 326, economic rights were in article 39, in directive principle of state policy, DPSP. What is fraternity? Sense of brotherhood. Brotherhood must be maintained by a state. That is called fraternity or a sense of brotherhood. Ensure dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nations. Thus, unity and integrity of the nation. The nation should must be promote fraternity. Next, related cases like Beruberi Union case 1960, that order that preamble is not a part of constitution. Then second, most famous Kesavananda Bharati case, 1973, that court ordered that preamble is a part of constitution, and another LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India cases, 1995, that be part of constitution. 42nd Amendment, addition, 1976. 1976. One is socialist. What is socialist? Democratic socialism. Democratic, the word is democratic socialism. Both government and private sector are coexisted mixed with work in a country that we call democratic socialism. Next, not communist socialism or communist socialism. Abolition of private property and nationalization of all means of production and distributions. All property should be distribution among all persons. Blend of Marxism and Gandhiism with heavy tilt towards Gandhiism and socialism. This was DPSP, also socialist conversations. Next, secular. Positive concept of secularism. All religion has same status and got equal opportunities and support from by the state. That we call secular. It in our Indian constitutions, secular fundamental rights in Article 22, 25 to 28, freedom to religion. The next, integrity. Integrity was added to reflect broader interpretation of fraternity, which promotes spirit integral structure of nation, which consists of diverse caste, class, color, religion, language, etc. Next, significance of preamble. Significance. What are the importance of preamble? In the first page, we discuss about the preamble as a soul or identity of constitution, embodies the basic philosophy of fundamental values, and these are some examples. Two types of democracy, direct and indirect. In our previous pages, we already discussed that direct democracy, people exercise supreme power directly. It active now, or it active in small town or a city that we call Switzerland. That is the most example of direct democracy. And last is four medium of direct democracy are indirect democracy. Direct democracy for indirect democracy. Yes, direct democracy. Sorry, direct democracy. Four medium. One is referendum, recall, initiative, and plebiscite. In a referendum system, state legislative act a bill, then that bill was sending for the assent of people. If that, if those people were give their votes majoritarily, then the bill was passed. That is called referendum. Initiative, where people can propose a bill with their own interest for legislature for enactment, that we call initiative. And recall, when the voters have power to remove their representative. We, before expiring his term, when he fails to discharge or when he fails to rule over that country, so that voters are remove their positions. Plebiscite, obtaining the opinion of people on any issue of public importance. If they feels uh, uh, an appeal to the suffrage of the voters, if they feels that people's opinion, that is called plebiscite. Indirect democracy, here are some notes. So that's all about. Thank you.